It is the day after the night before, and boys and girls, I haven't even got my lights on. Do I? Should I even bother? Do the players don't even bother? You know what I mean? It's another day where we find ourselves waking up the day after a game where, quite frankly, sure, it's to be expected. I think everyone came into this game expecting us to lose in some capacity. It's just they gave us a full sense of hope, you know. And whilst it's a bit bittersweet because, you know, we've now missed another. It's not bittersweet at all, actually. That's a complete false use of the phrase, but I'm just at a point now where, and you're gonna have to wait with me because I'm trying to find the words, and it's coming. Well, it's about 10:45 in the morning, the day after this game, and I'm trying to find the words still. I didn't want to do a live review straight after because I knew I was too pissed off. I just couldn't be bothered, quite frankly, because I just feel like I'd say the same thing over and over again, and I feel like I will in this as well. We're without Trevor Chalobah now, and I know people are a little bit skeptical on how good he is at the moment anyway, but we know how good he can be. But to lose him to an injury that early in the game, it obviously set us up for a bit of a shaky day. Tosin came on, didn't really do too well, truth be told. And then for the most part, he was our only substitution until the 76th minute, which by then they'd already scored the equaliser. We were under the cosh the whole game anyway, as it was. We scored the goal quite quickly, but we all know the drill. We know we know the script. We've seen the script so many times, and it's almost a joke at this point that even going 1-0 up these days doesn't mean anything to Chelsea, to the opposition. It doesn't. They know. They had us on strings the entire game. Looking at the stats for the game, more or less 50-50% possession. They were obviously going to have a lot more towards the end because they were fighting for that winning goal, which they got. So that's fun. 12 shots to our 15, 6 on target to our 7, 3 big chances each, 2 big chances missed each, and about 87 to 88% pass accuracy. 421 passes from them, 393 for us. 15 fouls to 16 fouls, 2 corners to 3 corners. It was as tight as anything on the statistics side of thing. On the eye test, for anyone that was actually watching the game, we got battered. We got absolutely played off the pitch. My fucking nose. We did not look good. We never looked good. We looked good for the first goal, as we always do. As we always do. And then after that, we all know the script after that. It's panic, not know how to maintain a lead, and just spiral out of control after that. Typically, before the end of the first half, when we're 1-0 up, we always tend to come up with more and more chances. We didn't really do that. So I thought, given the formation's different as well, you know, slightly different changes here and there, I thought maybe it might be a little bit different. Maybe we might have scraped another goal before half-time, but that goal never came, and it never came in the second half either. And we were left scrambling from the get-go in that second half. We looked so bad. We looked so very bad. Individual performances, I thought Jorgensen just might as well not have been in goal, to be completely honest with you. Gusto, fucking awful. Colwill, a bag of shit again. Kukurea, really, can't complain too much. Probably one of the better defensive players that we had. James, just that one instance that he gave the ball away to Watkins just did my head in. But again, one of the better, even though he was playing in midfield for whatever reason. The formation, everyone was saying in the watch-alongs that it felt like a formation where it's just sort of like, go where you want. I've had enough. Like in training when you're a kid, and it was a bit of a free-for-all. It was nearly the end of training, and the manager's just like, fucking go on, have some fun, play wherever, and everyone's just playing headless chicken, running around looking for the ball. That was what James was like in this game, just a bit of a headless chicken. And yeah, Caicedo, decent-ish, got booked for absolutely no real reason. Obviously got booked for a reason, but it was avoidable. McGinn absolutely mugging him off. And then the front three, I think Palmer, his chance absolutely should have taken it, and I think is an absolute sign of the times that we are just so lacking in confidence that even our main man, Cole Palmer, is as lukewarm as they come. Enzo, I've got to give him his flowers again. A couple of really dodgy and stupid tackles that he would make throughout the game were like, technical fouls and just sort of like Asensio being on the run and just clipping his ankles and all that sort of stuff. But, he's a bit of a dirty bastard anyway, so it's in the game. It's in his nature to do that. Same with Caicedo. They're going to get booked from time to time, if not more often than not. But I actually think, I don't know if anyone does remember, but at the beginning of the season, last season as well, I've not really been a fan of Enzo. I've not really taken to him too much. I really was excited when he first came, and the prospect of him coming, I was really excited. But he never really hit the ground running. He never really did it for me. And certainly this season, I have really enjoyed watching Enzo Fernandez, and he is very quickly becoming one of my favourite players. He's very quickly becoming one of the players that I can rely on, that I think is actually trying, and it's evident in the way he plays. It's very obvious to see how he plays. It's not hard to be a good footballer for Chelsea Football Club when so many other players are just so bottom of the barrel shite. Speaking of which, Christopher Nkunku, if you never start a game for Chelsea ever again, it will be a great fucking day. I'll be so happy to never see you or your silly balloons ever again. You are stealing a living. You are playing just the most mediocre, basic, bottom of the barrel shite I've ever seen. You walk around. You never make any efforts to get to the ball. You just don't do anything. You don't do anything. There's nothing. You don't do anything. Get the fuck away. Go to Bayern. They don't probably want you anymore because you're shit. I'm so. The issue is with him as well is I was so excited. I was so excited for Christopher Nkunku to join Chelsea, and obviously we didn't have him for a while. Then he came. Then he was injured for ages, and it's never worked out for him. And I will always hate the fact that it is, and it won't work out for him. He'll be gone. End of the season, we'll get rid of him for sure. And it'll be a shame. It'll be a shame because everyone knows how good he can be. Everyone's seen how good he can be for other teams. I just don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. I think he's better off. He's one of those players who's just so much better in the German league and in the French league and fucking you name it, anywhere else. But in the Premier League, and more specifically at Chelsea Football Club, we sign these players. Timo Werner, for Christ's sake. Kai Havertz. These players where they are absolute ballers in the Bundesliga. And then they come to us and they're a bag of bones. They are shit. And it's so tired now buying these players from Germany. And they're just shit. Every time. every single time. Pedro Neto, I thought absolutely fantastic for the opening goal, and then kind of dwindled a little bit, but for the most part, all right, I guess. Enzo Maresca, you've got blood on your hands once again, mate. You've got blood on your hands once again. And I'll be honest with you, I feel as though looking at that subs bench, you know, he would probably believe that we are like, well, he's not really got a subs bench to do anything with. But we know, any substitutions would have made a difference here. You know, any of those young boys on the bench, Achimpong, Samuel Smith, Tyreek George, even Shin Maheka, who is just as green as they come. They would have come into this game and injected life, any sort of enthusiasm, which these players don't fucking have. These regular starters, they do not have enthusiasm, or urgency is probably the word that I would use more. They have no urgency. There is no urgency. We're 1-1. We were in the lead for the better part of an hour, you know. And then as soon as we concede, heads go down. There's nothing. There's no creativity, absolutely nothing whatsoever. Achimpong would have absolutely done better than Gusto, because Gusto was just the fucking worst I think I've ever seen him play. And I fucking love Gusto. Shin Maheka or Tyreek George would have come on and done better than Christopher Nkunku, who again, much like Malo Gusto, did fuck all in this game. Absolutely diddly squat. But no. 2 substitutions. 1, because you had to. So realistically, you made 1 substitution in 76 minutes. 76 minutes. You know, after watching Christopher Nkunku stink up the gaff for that long, you thought, yeah, it's probably time. Probably time now. With 10 minutes to go, it's probably time to take him off. It's fine. Go on. Hit the showers. Go on. But no. Too little, too late. As is always the case. Just like it was when you said in the press conference before this game that we are now going for top 4. Guess what, Baldy? It's too late. You fucked it. You've messed it all up. And again, Arsenal dropped points. Bournemouth dropped points. Everyone around us has dropped points. We could have ended the weekend on in fourth place against all the odds. City have Liverpool later today. We could have been in 4th. Man City are likely to lose that game. If they would have won, fucking, you know, fuck us, right? But at least we could have won this game, gone into Southampton, gone into Leicester, a big game, and then gone into Arsenal, and we would have been within 4 points if we beat them. If we beat Arsenal, somehow. Obviously, wouldn't have happened, but still, wishful thinking. But now, we're 4 points off of 3rd. We're a point off of 4th. We're level on 5th with Bournemouth, but we're in 6th. We're a point ahead of 7th, 2 points ahead of 8th, 3 points ahead of 9th, and 4 points ahead of 10th. It's tight, and it's all your fault. It is all your fault, Maresca, because you just couldn't figure it out. And it's the same old story. I know people will be like, well, it's not his fault, it's the player's fault. Listen, they do the same shit every single week. He's telling them to do what they're doing. There's obviously some blame on the players for not pulling their finger out and doing a little bit more on the pitch. But it gets to a point where they do the same thing every single week. And he does the same thing every single week. And you think, I don't know. Seems a bit stinky to me, but we're not allowed to blame Maresca at all, of course. With that said, we've got a game on Tuesday. If we lose against Southampton, Maresca must be sacked, I think. And better yet, if you think Southampton, if we lose that or draw, if we lose or draw, it's a fine line. If we lose to fucking Leicester, I know Southampton are worse. If we lose to his former club, get him gone. Get him gone. I can't deal with it. I can't, and I won't. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for a preview of the game on Tuesday, and then I'll see you on Tuesday for the game. See you later. Goodbye. Fucking hell.